It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Antlers and the Nighthawks on Thursday night.
Well, they love their football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Compton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 84 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Black. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get this to about the 38. When you look at this defense, they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Parks. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd and 4. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target. Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw. That is caught, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. Brown. And that one too wide and incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, and a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand. Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close. Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. And this one is right through, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal. I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it. It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. When you look at this defense, And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that would...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Brown. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They run the counter. Compton.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't hold that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the foot. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now, the question, was the knee, in fact, down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to his rookie second-round pick.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 43.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. He'll look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
But here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Brown.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounder. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
3rd and 20.
Operating from the gun, Brown.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
Omaha's offense back out for another series.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
In motion right comes Matthews. They'll keep it on the ground. Compton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds Matthews. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Brown. His throw incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Looking to throw, Brown. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown, open man here. Sims complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Compton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Operating from the gun. Brown.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brown firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Antlers will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. One more go for this offense in the 1st half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Black. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and 1.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The 34-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They find some open field here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Nighthawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And Matthews has it right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple.
In motion right comes Matthews. Up the middle they go. Compton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Back to throw. Brown. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will take the lead at 13 to 10.
So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure comes and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second and 11. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He finds his man complete. It's Black. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
At the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw again.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Now 2nd and 9.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Black. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Brown. Stiff-armed him. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lynch up the middle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Nighthawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard pickup.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man complete. It's Black. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 6 yards away.
And the Nighthawks have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Omaha's offense back out for another series. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Brown throwing to start the drive.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Brown. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Compton. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
But a good play is made on defense. Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned. All the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On first down, Compton. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
2nd and 6 coming up. Throw out wide is incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He's back to throw.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Wide open receiver complete.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
They'll look to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the home team here, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for Omaha,
they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.